What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Hope you all are doing well, staying safe. Today, we're gonna talk about focus, all right? So, we live in a microwave mentality society where instant gratification seems to be the thing that runs a lot of our lives. We need things now, we need results now, we need money now, we need everything now, now, now. And with our iPhones, Androids, whatever the case, we have the world at our fingertips. We find out about things that happen millions of miles away in an instant. We get notifications how many times a day? How many times a day do you hear ring, 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 just your phone going off like crazy? And too many times, in school, I've done this. I've had my phone out, distracted. My focus is always being directed towards something else. It is something that takes a lot of effort to narrow down, to get to that laser focus. And that's why I want to talk about it today, because focus is actually the hidden driver of excellence. So let me break that down. So many times, our lack of focus involves, days flying by where we wake up ready to take on the day, then that first distraction, we're completely off course. Like, how many of you guys have ever gotten on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, or email just to message a family member, a loved one, or something? Then you find yourself scrolling the Instagram black hole, the Snapchat black hole, all that. You just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, then you forgot why you even got on Instagram. Guys, that's no way to live. That completely defeats the intentionality of what you're doing. And if you're not intentional with what you're doing, then you're drifting through life on autopilot. You're just getting what life hands to you without making one of your own. And I'm telling you guys, the compound effect of that, of constantly being not disciplined with focus, is the reason why a lot of people don't see the results that they want. So let me break down that word, focus. Follow one course until successful, okay? That means do one thing at a time. So many of us, myself included, try to do multiple things at once. I get on calls with my organization and sometimes find myself, taking notes. Now, taking notes is very important. Note takers are money makers, but at the end of the day, you need to give that person your full attention. And if you hear something very valuable that they said, write it down and boom, right back to attention. Sometimes, I'm on my phone talking to someone else, focus on other things instead of what's right in front of me, then I miss it. Then I look stupid when I ask, oh, what was said? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say? Guys, if you're not intentional, you are drifting on autopilot, okay? So one thing you need to understand is where your focus goes, energy flows, all right? Whatever you focus on grows every single time. So let's say you just got told some bad news. A loved one may have passed away. You may have just got broken up with. You may just, have gotten into an argument. You may have not got the job you wanted or something. So many times people withdraw saying, oh, I'm gonna go silent for a couple days and not talk to anybody. I'm just gonna sit here and dwell and focus on my negativity. Guys, no, what you focus on grows every single time, whether you see it or not, okay? If you spend one day focusing on negative, guess what? It's gonna happen the next day, the next day, the next day. So what if you had the ability to shift your focus to something positive in the moment? It's just being mindful. So I know a lot of you guys out there are trying to achieve something. We all are. We have a goal to hit. We have a milestone we're trying to reach. We have accolades we're trying to live up to. Guys, let me explain something to you, all right? I know a lot of us has heard about the 10,000 hour rule, where you put 10,000 hours into something that you want to essentially master, be a pro at. Okay, I was told this all the time in basketball. Like, put 10,000 hours in the gym, you're gonna be a master. Well, guess what, guys? I was a post player, a center, like Shaq, a big dude when I played high school basketball, and my jump shot was not the best. I was definitely not a shooter. And one thing I want to point out to you guys is that the 10,000 hour rule is only half true. Okay, so what do I mean? I mean that if you practice something the wrong way for 10,000 hours, you are actually worsening that habit of whatever you're trying to break, okay? So if I'm trying to be a better communicator, but I'm not communicating right, and I put 10,000 hours into doing it wrong, you guys don't need me to tell you what would happen after doing something for 10,000 hours the wrong way. And, so many people blindly just, oh, I gotta get my 10,000 hours and I'm good, I'll be straight. No, guys, perfect practice makes perfect. You have to be intentional with what you do. You have to have perfect practice for 10,000 hours, okay? Mechanical repetition, doing things over and over and over isn't the key. It's about adjusting your execution, tweaking things over and over until the goal is reached. You have to allow yourself to make mistakes. You have to, build from your weaknesses. You have to be strong enough to say, okay, I'm not good at this. I know I'm not good at this. How can I get better? And then once you keep tweaking it till you find what works and you see progress, keyword progress, because progress is the reason why we keep doing anything. When you see progress, you know you're going in the right direction. So you have to keep tweaking things until they're right. And whatever you focus on, allow errors at first. Notice what's wrong. Notice what's not working. It's very simple. So this is why feedback loops are very, very important. So what is a feedback loop? So guys, let me give you an example. Dancers. When you're a professional dancer, that's why they have mirrors, okay? When you first get into a professional, if you're trying to be a professional dancer the first time in the studio, you're not gonna be a professional dancer. So they have mirrors there to see what they're doing, see what they're doing wrong. Basketball players, why do you think they watch film? Because of practice. They have to see where they're lacking and then they grow. And for example, day traders, we have trading journals so we can see, okay, what was I thinking? Where could I improve? And guys, that takes immense amounts of focus, but it is not hard to do. It just takes effort and determination. Motivation will not help you develop proper focus, proper habits. Dedication, desire, a burning obsession to become better will, all right? So the key to winning with focus is deliberate practice from a well-designed training regimen. So, if I go to the gym, and I mean, obviously guys are pretty skinny, I'm not a bodybuilder or anything, but if I go in the gym and I try to lift like 345s on each side immediately, I'm gonna get hurt, all right? Some people need a professional trainer, and guys, getting a master coach or teacher to be that feedback loop for you, or even if you don't have access to any of those, find someone you trust, love, and respect to be your accountability partner, to hold you accountable. Somebody who, is not afraid to hurt your feelings because they love you, to call you up saying, hey, yo, Gabe, make sure you're not taking any trades you're not supposed to. Yo, bro, don't take those jump shots. That's not your strengths. Work on your strengths, or if you have a weakness, build upon them. Guys, you have to find somebody like that, but who has the results that you want. Always listen to the people who have the results that you want, so then they could point out, because they've mastered it, they're not being mean to you, they could point out what you're doing wrong and help you fix it. They could help you redirect your focus, because I know I spend a lot of time in the gym. I spend a lot of time trying things by myself, and I'm like, man, I should just give up. This is not working. And I never had anybody there to, be my accountability partner. But when I did, what was brought to my awareness was something I had no idea was even going on, because I had that feedback loop to help me, okay? So all experts, no matter what field, they have full concentration when practicing. They focus on improving a particular aspect of their performance, until it's perfect, like I said earlier. And you do that by perfect practice or perfect mechanical repetition. Neuroplasticity is doing something over and over and over again to create new circuits in your brain to do something, breaking habits. So if you're somebody who's been sleeping in, getting up every day until it's second nature is creating those new neural pathways in your brain. It's saying, okay, I don't feel tired anymore. I'm used to this. You are unconsciously competent, means it's second nature. Like when you get in the car, you don't think about putting your seatbelt on. You don't focus on putting your seatbelt on, because when you were in driver's ed, that was the first thing you did. You did it so many times to where it became second nature, guys. That's the challenge, just doing it until finding the right way, trial and error, everything until you found what works, okay? So with that said, always begin with the end in mind, which brings me back to the car example. Don't focus on the process. Don't worry about the how. The how does not matter. Begin with the end in mind. If you're trying to lose weight, focus yourself with your dream body. If you're alone and single, focus yourself with your dream person. If you are trying to develop new habits, focus on the end result of those perfect habits. You know what I'm saying, guys? So as you master a new routine, repeated acts transfers control from top down to bottom up, all right? So that's all I have on Focus today, guys. If you have any questions, DM me, comment below, follow me on Instagram at KingKunta97. And guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I love y'all. Peace.